Escape sequence. This is the matter of discussion of today's tutorial. So we are going to discuss a lot about escape sequence, about the usage of escape sequence in our JavaScript. So stay tuned. Hello and welcome to another new episode of Learning Simplified. In today's tutorial, we are going to learn about usage of escape sequence. In our previous tutorial, we had observed how to use a string element and how to print something into our HTML document. And in doing so, we had learned that if we use a particular HTML tag inside a particular string, then it will behave as an HTML tag and it will act accordingly in your browser. So that is why when we use the line break tag between two different texts, this hello cruel world and this how beautiful you are, then we can observe that this was the output there. That means as we have used this line break tag, both these, they are practically getting vertically stacked one over another and they are coming as a new line. Now in this essence, we can conclude that any kind of HTML element, if we try to infuse an HTML tag inside our string, then it will be acting as an HTML element. So in that case, if we want to create something like this, that means a changed background color and a padding property and a changed font color, then everything that we need to do, we need to create some HTML tag which will be having some inline property inside, and all these texts, those will be written inside these particular divs. So as we have done previously, we will be doing the same thing over here. In the first case, we are creating this one and we are ending our div element. And as we had done previously, we are now depicting some properties over here, some properties with their values, such as the background, it will be yellow in nature, color, it will be red, and of course there will be a padding. Okay, so this thing is now prepared. We can see that a block element has been introduced here, and inside this block element, which has this particular properties such as a yellow background, red colored font and a padding of 1 UM, inside this block element we are now writing this whole text over here. The div is closed here. Now we think that we will be seeing this kind of output, and that's why we are getting back to our project and reload. But alas, we can see that there is no such display. It is practically returning a blank output. So why such a blank output? Now let's get back to our project, and if we now analyze about the mistake that we have made over here, we have told you previously that anything that is written inside this inverted comma, that will be treated as a string. So we can see that there is a presence of two inverted commas over here, the opening one and the closing one. So anything written inside that should be treated as a string. But the problem is, here comes another inverted comma. This is the opening one and this is the closing one. So whenever a JavaScript encounters such kind of problem, it detects two consecutive inverted commas inside. Then it gets confused that which one should be chosen for proper display and which one should be not. And that is why it generates nothing in turn, and in turn it returns you a blank output, as we can see in this particular case. So this is the main problem. But in case of an HTML implementation, if we want to write some kind of an HTML document, it is obvious that you have to provide such inverted commas. You have to use those inverted commas inside your HTML attribute or properties. Then this is the main problem that you will be facing. You have to abide by the rules made by the HTML document itself, and you have to abide by the rules made by the JavaScript too. So what will be the answer, the solution to this problem that has been generated? The only solution to this problem will be usage of this escape sequence. Escape sequence is nothing. All you need to do, you need to place a slash over here and you need to provide another slash over here. Now you can see that you have provided an escape sequence before the internal HTML element, the starting inverted comma, and prior to that you have provided a slash, and at the end of the ending inverted comma of this HTML div style element you have provided another slash. So everything that is written inside, those will be treated as an inborn element of this particular attribute of this particular block element. So this is the thing that you need to know. Now if you press Ctrl S and get back to your project and reload, and now you can see that here comes your output. I'm sorry, I forgot to delete this one, and that is why it is executing such display there. And now if we just get back and reload, now we can see that everything is in order, and you have your desired background here, and you have your desired padding, desired font color, everything. So this is the usage of escape sequence. This is how you can do anything over here. Now I want something to be printed into my HTML document, something like this text. That means there will be two individual words, those will be coming another inverted comma, as we can see over here. If we want to print this whole string, that means this whole one, into our HTML document, then all we need to do, we need to create this document dot write option, put a semicolon at the end, and now inside this inverted comma I will be just placing this text. Here it goes. Now as I have said previously that we need an escape sequence before we want to print something over here, so that is why we will be providing this slash here and here. Now as we can see that hello my, this word is a separate string, separate part of this string, and this cruel word which should be presented within this inverted comma, those are coming under this escape sequence, as we can see over here. So if we press Ctrl S now and get back to our project and reload, and now we can see that it has been printed over here, and this cruel word, these two texts, those are practically appearing under this inverted comma as we intended to do over here. So that means with the usage of this escape sequence we can create these numerous things, and with the aid of this escape sequence we can create as many as HTML tags we want. We can create it over here inside a particular JavaScript. So this is the purpose of escape sequence, as we have seen, as we have gathered this information from here. This is the part that we need to know from this tutorial. In the next tutorial we are going to understand about a certain and very important feature of JavaScript. That means we are going to assign some variables into our JavaScript now, and then we'll be using those variables. So hope to see you guys in our next tutorial. If you have liked this video, then do not hesitate to hit that red subscribe button down below, and if you guys have liked this video, then share, like, do comment on us. So that's it for today's tutorial. We'll be meeting you in our next tutorial. Till then, bye.